Welcome to this year's Crown Jewel Recap. As always in these recap videos, we go over everything you need to know about this important episode of WWE. I give my thoughts on the show, and at any point in the video, you guys can leave me your opinions on the show down in the comments below. But as always, before we get anywhere in any video, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload, and go follow the socials. The links to those will be in the description of this video. That includes my Instagram account, my X account. Do all that, helps me out a ton, but now let's get you guys straight on into this year's Crown Jewel Recap. Alright, man, and we started off the show with Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, and at the start of the match, we kind of just see weapon use from these two, but then we jump into interferences, and first we see Braun Breaker come out to help out Roman Reigns, and then not Roman Reigns, to help out Bronson Reed, and then as you would expect, we ended up seeing the Usos come out, and then they try to help Roman Reigns, but that inevitably leads Jey Uso into accidentally spearing Roman Reigns into a table, which allows for Bronson Reed to take down Roman Reigns, get that 1, 2, 3, and then Bronson Reed does pick up the win there, and then we see a little bit of a post-match little kind of segment between Roman Reigns and the Usos. Roman Reigns kind of just telling him, like, I needed to do this on my own, but he says he loves them, and pretty much, you know, he will forgive them, but he needs to do this on his own. And then when he walks out, then we see Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. They're still in the ring, and Jey kind of rolls out of the ring, and he just doesn't really want anything to do with Jimmy right now. He kind of just wants to be on his own, and that's pretty much what Jey Uso wanted to do there. So it's gonna be interesting to see what that develops into on Monday. Of course, I'm assuming we'll probably get more get more details on Monday, obviously. But really, if we're just going off this whole match, man, I did like the weapon use because obviously this was a street fight. I absolutely love that. I think weapon use in matches is absolutely awesome, but you really just can't hide the fact that this match really just felt like a Monday Night Raw main event. That's not something that I wanted to say, because I really was going into this match thinking it was going to be great, which that's not to say this match was bad, man. This match was not bad. It's just, we're here at Crown Jewel, a once-a-year pay-per-view, and you're in a street fight, Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, and we're just having your usual weekly Monday Night Raw main event. That's really what this felt like, unfortunately. So I'm really gonna just have to give this match average, because you really can't get much. I just think that literally, man, we're at a pay-per-view and we're having a Raw main event caliber match here. That's really what I thought about this match, man. Now, like I said, my final thoughts here. That's not to say this match was bad. It was still pretty good. It's just you need to do something even better to really get it away from feeling like it's just completely a Monday Night Raw main event, because that's exactly what this match felt like. But you know, that's really my only thoughts there. But inevitably, obviously, we did see Bronson Reed win here. Alright, and next up we jumped into Tiffany Stratton versus Stephanie Vauquer for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship, and as you would expect, man, just like we were all anticipating, man, we obviously got a great technical match here. You take a girl like Tiffany Stratton, you take a girl like Stephanie Vauquer, two great superstars, just put them in a match, you're gonna get great technical work, and that's exactly what we got tonight, man. You know, and it just overall, this match was so freaking good. There was not really one point in this match where I was just absolutely bored. For the most part, I was entertained in this freaking match, but I was surprised with who they chose to win this, man. We saw Stephanie Vauquer pick up the win here. I was certain that Tiffany was going to win this one, and honestly, I think Tiffany still should have won, but hey, we'll take Stephanie. Honestly, I'll take Stephanie, man. Stephanie is still a great winner, and it's really having Stephanie win this is honestly going to do so much more for her than it would Tiffany Stratton, because obviously Stephanie Vauquer just really appeared on the main roster. She just now became world champion. Now she's Crown Jewel champion. This is absolutely going to elevate her to a whole new level. As far as Tiffany Stratton, though, it would still elevate her, but I just think it will definitely elevate Stephanie more. So I mean, I'm still surprised that they did choose Stephanie, and I'm still on the fact that I really just wish Tiffany won this one. But like I said, I'll take Stephanie. I'm not complaining, man. I'll take Stephanie. It's gonna be great to see what she can do in the future, man. But after tonight, man, very freaking great match out of these two, and inevitably, like I mentioned, Stephanie Vauquer does pick up the win here. Alright, man, now we jumped into a freaking nostalgic match for me personally, but just a banger match in general, man. We jumped into John Cena versus AJ Styles, man. This was one of my favorite feuds in the 2010s. I should say probably the late 2010s. And man, this match freaking delivered, man. It was so freaking awesome. I do only have one critique, which we'll get into a few seconds here, which we'll get into in a few moments here, but I just want to talk about this overall match, man. It was just overall so freaking awesome. Dude, it was I mean, man, this match went on for a good while, man. I want to say, do we get 20 minutes? Maybe 25? I don't know, man. It just felt very long, and this match was a good thing, man. I wanted a long but very hard fought and technical freaking match, man. And that's kind of where I feel like WWE messed up just a bit on this match, is from a technical perspective, or just in-ring perspective in general. I feel like we should have only seen more. We should have only seen just strictly John Cena and strictly AJ Styles. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is the fact that we saw a lot of moves that John Cena personally used from other superstars, you know, but I feel like in this we should have just had those John Cena and AJ Styles, just them, nobody else, just their moveset, just their authentic in-ring selves, man. I feel that's kind of what I was hoping for, but that doesn't hide the fact that this match, just no matter what, was just, any way you look at it, it was just overall freaking amazing. And inevitably, man, we did see John Cena win, but I really could care less. As long as we got this match, I'm happy, and we freaking did, and it freaking delivered, man. And this is the last time we'll see this match, which is unfortunate, but man, it was definitely great for the last time, and I'll freaking take it, man. But overall, a very, very great match in my opinion, and like I said, John Cena does pick up that win here. Alright, and now we jumped into the Kabuki Warriors versus Rhea Ripley and Io Sky, man. This one had a really interesting outcome, and it really kind of made no sense, but if we're looking at the overall match, I think it was great. I think every superstar did well in this match. Obviously, a great technical match, man. You put all these stars together, you're just going to get an overall banger match. That's exactly what we got tonight, man. But like I said, that ending, man, bit interesting. We go to the ending where we see Rhea Ripley and Io Sky win this one, and I talked about this in my predictions video for the Crown Jewel, and the thing is like, how are you going to have Rhea and Io win when the Kabuki Warriors literally just turned heel? That storyline just kind of had its major shift, and here we are, and then now the Kabuki Warriors just kind of look, you know, like, what was the point? And I'm kind of going to leave it at that, because I don't want to go into a major rant like I did on my predictions, but man, it just really interesting on the outcome that they decided to go with here. And as most of you guys probably know, I really could care less about this match in general. I mean, we got a good match, but I mean, from a storyline perspective, I could just care less. And after tonight, I think it really proved that this storyline, at least to me, I just don't think it's really going to go anywhere, and I could honestly care less anymore. So whenever this comes on my screen on Raw, if they continue this feud, I'm probably gonna just not care, because after tonight, it really just makes no sense in my opinion. But yeah, overall, I would say from an in-ring perspective, it was fine. It was a good match from an in-ring perspective. But if we're considering storylines, which is a big part of a wrestling match, it was garbage. So I'm gonna leave it at that. And inevitably, like I said, we did see Rhea and Io win this one. Alright, man, and now our main event of the night. What an absolute banger between Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes for the Men's Crown Jewel Championship. Man, the moves that these men pulled off, all the history that just poured into this freaking match, absolutely awesome. All around, such a great freaking match, man. There's some moves in this match where I'm like, okay, like, what the hell did I just witness, man? And that's exactly what you want in a match like this, man. You want two top guys, man, going at it to figure out who the main one is. And tonight, that was Seth Rollins, man. WWE pulled the trigger like they should have on Seth Rollins. Let's freaking go. Absolutely, Seth Rollins just needed to win this. It's not a want. He needed to. There was no other way around it, and that's exactly what happened. So let's go, man. But yeah, man, just overall, just the history that poured into this match between these two, and the overall moves, the technical aspect, just overall, such a very, very freaking awesome match. Honestly, I'm gonna have to say this is the best match of the freaking night. Absolutely, man. This match was so freaking good. But obviously, you guys already know, man. My set, you know, freaking that AJ Styles versus Cena, it is up there. But yeah, man, just overall, this match in general, so freaking awesome, and what a way to end Crown Jewel, man. Alright everybody, well that is going to conclude this year's Crown Jewel recap. As always, do hope you guys did enjoy, and as far as this year's Crown Jewel, man, I think it was very solid. There was a few things here and there that I didn't really care for, but if we're just going off the majority, I think it was a very solid freaking Crown Jewel. But as always, you guys can let me your thoughts down in the comments below, and as always, before you get out of here, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload, and go follow the socials. The links to those will be in the description of the video. That includes my Instagram account, my X account, do all that, and I will catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.